It's Paper Doll Saturday. So, what are we going to do? What's going on? Well, we are going to be building this with some surprises in there. And I am going to give you a quick sneak peek of the new dolls. Come and check it out. Hi everyone. My name is Mary Lou and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. As you can tell, I have just fussy cut around the Foundations by Mary Lou 1950s corsetry doll because the new one is also going to have two outfits, just like this one and just like all the other ones. And I want to make sure that you can use both outfits, even if you're gluing the outfit straight onto the doll. So that is why I created a new doll. So let's just get to it. It is Saturday and it's time for another paper doll. This is last week's garden brunch. And this week's garden brunch is now no longer free. She is now part of the regular collection. But now she comes with some backgrounds and some accessories. Let's take a look. So this was the doll itself with the beautiful mint green dress and the hat and then the fuchsia dress and all the accessories. And here are the accessories for a garden brunch. We need a table and chair. We need some flowers and some pots and some plants. Oh, apparently my paper was dirty. There's a stain on it. We need some lemonade, and I created some more hats that will fit with both, like with the outfits. So I was like, well, let's just try something different. So that's why I created some other hats. And I'm not sure if that one is too big. We will try it out. We have the tray that you can put treats on, and then the lemonade, the table and chair. And I think it is really fun and lovely to play with. And then I gave us a background as well. And I decided that I wanted to use some fuchsias because of the fuchsia in the one dress. And I love how vintagey this looks. And it is just a pretty background. So let's just get to that. And I have my City of the Paper Dolls journal here. I'm going to have to put that on here somehow, give it the name of the City of the Paper Dolls. So we have gotten to this spot with the picnic from last week. And this week we have the ladies that brunch. And I have two of them. So I think I'm going to skip this page and I might just make it a double spread. I do want to give them a background and I want to give them a bit of a fuchsia background. I've printed this one off on rice paper because I really like working with rice paper, I guess. So I'm just going to go around the edge to get this to get the paper to be soft enough that I can tear it. And that is what I really like about using rice paper, is that you can do it like that. And when you're using an inkjet printer, of course, it is going to dissolve the ink a little bit, so that also gives it a little bit more of a distressed look. There we go. And I like how that looks. And look, right along the edge, you can see that the ink is kind of dissolved. And that gives it a little bit more of a distressed look. Now the bottom did not print properly. Like, well, it did, but it's like right on the edge. So I'm just going to give that a quick line as well with my water. And then we'll rip that off also. And the rice paper just gives it nice fibers on the edges. But again, you can do this with regular copy paper as well and just tear it. And you also get a cool edge. There. But now I don't have to ink around it because all I need to do when I have a mistake like that is go around it with a little bit of water. And then the ink will dissolve and it will give me kind of a distressed edge. There we go. So this is going to be my backgrounds. And I'm going to fold this in half. And then I am going to do the exact same thing right here on the end. Right here. Straight through the middle. Just put some water straight in that middle line. And then we can tear it. And I have two halves, and both halves have the same look as the edges. Oh, yes. I just love these fuchsias. And you can see I did not put them on the same height or anything like that because it really doesn't matter. So I want to incorporate some brown paper bag in here. Why? Well, because it is going to make a really nice neutral background for the ladies where I have so much color and stuff coming in. So I want to make sure that I have the neutralness of the brown paper bag. And brown paper bags are wonderful material to work with. So I'm just going to tear this off. And we'll keep these because we can still use them. And what I am noticing, because they're not always glued very well, these are just lunch bags, as I've been very nicely corrected when I called them sandwich bags, because to me this is a sandwich bag. That is what I've always called it. Okay, so I've got this glued down so it won't fall apart anymore. And I think, do I want to? I think I want to rip this edge off. And then let's rip this edge off too. I know, I just probably glued it for no particular reason at all. But now I have a really beautiful thin piece of craft paper. So I'm putting her down like that, and then we can flip her over like that so we still have the writing space in there as well. Okay, now that I've got that straightened out, um, I am going to reinforce some of this with a piece of the leftover rice paper just to make it a little stronger as a belly band. So I'm just putting some glue on the rice paper because the front of it is going to be reinforced by the doll, but the back of it that is going on the onto the page also needs to be reinforced just a little bit more. So using rice paper is a great way, and it's just a leftover that was laying here. So I'm just sticking it on there, not being overly cautious, not being overly neat, but at least now it has a little substance to it. I do want the top gone. There we go. Do I want to color the paper? Yes, I do. And I have my rust. I have my rust water here. I've been using my rust water for everything lately, so let's just do that. So I'm just giving the edges a little bit of a rust water. And I got some of the splatters from the rust water on here, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so this can go right there. So I am doing this before I go to work, before I even do my life tonight or anything like that. I am just getting this done so that I don't have to disappoint anybody tonight or tomorrow. I mean, like for me, for you guys, it'll be today. For me, it is the next, it's still the day before. Okay, so I'm going to put her like that. And so I want her on there. And then I want the other one to be a page tuck right here on this side. So I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to tear this piece off. And it's okay, it's not going to take anything away because I had already glued it on this side. So it is going to be well attached. I'm just going to fold it over just a little bit more so that the only thing I am seeing is that edge. Now I am going to go along with my rust water again. And then I'm going to put this down, but I'm going to kind of overhang it because I want it to be somewhat straight. So first I need to glue the inside so that, or do I need to? If I put it like this, just a second. If I put it like this on the edge, then I can use this again as journal space. Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I want it to be pretty solid. So we have the journal space inside the belly band. So I'm just going to make this just a solid piece. Also because it's easier. I'm putting a thin layer of glue all the way along. Making sure to get all the edges in there. There we go. And we'll seal it up just like that. And then you can tuck something behind there, but it's not very sturdy yet. Okay, I have this. That would work. Okay, I'm just going to rusty edge, of course. So this now has coffee and rust and everything. Then I am going to put glue on here. It'll dry. I'll just leave the journal laying open and it'll dry. So I'm just putting glue all over this. And this is just coffee dyed index card. It's nothing overly special. We all have it laying around when you are a junk journaler. And I'm going to put it this way. So now I have the double edge with the torn paper in different colors, which is also looking really neat. If I want, I can even do this one behind there and give it a second layer. No, I think it's good just like that. Okay, good to go. I can put some glue on here. And I'm putting the glue all the way along the edge, so it's kind of like a pocket. I'm giving it a good amount. And I'm just sticking it down on the edge, kind of allowing the torn piece to be overlapping on the outside, right? So that when you pull this back up, you can see all the glue. So when you pull this up, you have the torn edge on this side. Whoops. On this side, and you have torn edges on this side, and it's almost dry already. That's why I did that. It just dries so quickly. Okay, so she is going right there. She is going right there. And I want to put a little lace behind them. So I have a piece of this gauzy material. And I have a thin piece of, skinny piece of lace that is left over here. And I have another piece here. Yeah, I like this, but I don't like I don't want the gauzy thing on here. So I'm just going to rip that off. And hopefully I can rip the whole thing off. There we go. I just don't want it to be gathered. That's really what it is. I don't want to add unnecessary bulk. Oh no, you're tearing your lace. Yeah, that's okay. That's all good. Okay, so now I can lay this down flat right here. Take some 3-in-1 glue because the 3-in-1 glue is going to hold the, the lace a little bit better. I'm not putting a lot, just a little bit. And then we'll just lay the lace right in there, just like that. And then I can put her just like that on there. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's very pretty, actually. Oh my goodness, I almost grabbed the the water, the rust water. So I'm just putting glue on the back of her, on the back of her purse, skirt, her legs. But I'm leaving the one arm and part of the skirt without glue so that I don't have to fix it after. And for this one, I want to use some of the gauzy material here. I like how that frayed and did everything that I wanted it to do. So I'm going to lay this on here and just take a strip. And I'm making it a little longer because I would like the fibers to come out from all the edges. And yes, I just ripped a whole bunch of the strings off. Then I'm going to put some 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just going to put that right there. So now we will have the torn edges of all the papers and then the torn edge of this gauzy material. This is actually a scarf that I found, and it's a really pretty scarf. It's got butterflies on it and stuff, but I'm not going to use it as a scarf. Are you kidding me? I bought it because it was beautiful designed gauzy material. There we go. That looks cool. And then I can put her right on there, like so. Oh, I love it. Yes, 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 yes. I love it when a plan comes together. Um, okay, so there we go. We have the two ladies in there, and now they need to go brunching. So we have all the bits and pieces here, and I want to put the plant in there, so I need to ink the plants up to do that. I think I want to put it like this. And then I want to put the chair. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to use this as the extended page. So I'm going to put the chair, the table and chairs here. I'm going to take this off here so I can layer it all together. So I want the cake plate right there. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this in the center. That's the first part. Okay, first part. And I'm keeping it on the table so I can see where everything is going to go. Then I have the bowl with the lemons. No, that's the last thing. I have the napkins. They're going to go right there. Then I have the pitcher. The pitcher can go right there, and then put napkins just kind of just behind that. And then we have, I'll put that right there. And then this is going to go right there. And then we can, and then I can, no, it just needs to go up a little bit. It needs to be just about so. Okay. I forgot to ink the napkins. Okay, now I need, like, I'm using my needle nose glue. I'm just putting little bits of glue in here so I can put it back into place how I want it. Okay. I want this to be right there. And this one is going to go right there. So I just need a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to attach it to the cake plate. And now I should be able to pick it up off the table. Okay, these are attached, so let's glue these onto the table. Just like so. And I can take the glue off of there because it doesn't need to be there. There. And then I have the other piece and it can go right on there. And then we have a beautiful design that all works properly. Sometimes it's just tricky to do the pieces one by one, and it's easier to just lay them down and glue them together and then glue them together again. So now we have a beautiful designed table. Now I'm going to color the background again. So I'm just going over it with the antique linen. I need to be able to see the chair. So I'm just going to cut out the inside here a little bit. So that you can see the chair. Let's see. There we go. That's much better. So just quickly do that. So let's stick the chair down. Let's just get this done quickly so we can go to the new paper doll, because I know you're all more excited over the new paper doll than what I'm doing with the decorations. Okay, so putting the chair in there. And I want this to be easily to fold. So I'm just going to kind of force it with my nail. I'm just giving it that so that it will fold easily. There. And my needle nose bottle is just Aleene's tacky glue with a little bit of water so that it moves easier. But this way I have more control and it's a little thinner to maneuver. For these little pieces. Sorry, I was doing something. Couldn't work and speak at the same time. Was that? There's the brunch. Then I can put the plant where I wanted it. And I have the other plant still too. And we have all the fuchsias that are hanging on the patio behind them. So they're having a really fancy brunch. So I'm just lifting this up so I can stick it in behind. I want it right there. Just like that. And then I have the other plant. Come on out. There we go. Ink it. And I'm really inking it just so that it blends easier into the background and you don't get all these horrible white edges from Fussy Cuts. And I'm just going over it with the antique linen, just like that. And then I can put this right here beside it. Totally wrong. Let me zoom you back out and put you back into place. There we go. All right, let's go and build and show the new paper doll. So this is this week's free paper dolls, and it is Shopping Spree. It didn't print properly on my printer, so I did fix that already. But right now you're still seeing the cutoffs. So right here is the brand new paper doll. She has a blue dress with white buttons, and it even has a little pearl necklace right there. There's the hat, a white hat with a blue bow. The shoes are matching the outfits. And then there's the white hat with a turquoisey bow, and then the dress with the cardigan and the blue flowers. And she's going shopping with her friend. Okay, so I have all the pieces right here, and I'm ready to assemble the dolls. So I have the two, and I know this one looks like she has wider hips, but it's all good because the dresses will still fit right over top. You know, and worst case, you can always adjust it a little bit. But I think I want to put her in this dress. That, and yes, I'm going to have to adjust just a little bit right there, but I will do that after I glue the dress on her. And I know what happened, but I'm going to do this kind of glue. It's the same glue as I always use. I just put it into a bottle with a needle nose so I can deal with some of the little bits and pieces. So I'm just putting glue all the way along and then fitting it onto our doll. There we go. So I just have to adjust right here just a little bit. It's like a hair, not even all that much. There we go. And then this one has the cardigan. So the cardigan is going to go right there. And again, I'm going to stick the back right behind her neck, just like that, so that it looks more natural. So that means I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the thing, and then glue all the way along the sleeves. So then I can stick this right behind and put the cardigan in the right spot. And that's one side. Oops, stuck my fingers in the glue. Of course I did. And I will put this one right there, stick this behind her again. Ugh. I've got glue everywhere. There we go. I really like the dress with the flowers. It's very 50s. And then we have the hat, and the hat can just go onto her head. I've already inked everything, so it's all good. I'm just going to put glue on her head. There. And then for this one, I think I want to use the sandals, so that we don't have this gigantic turquoise thing. And then for this one, I want to use the floral shoes. Maybe I'm just going to do this. What if I do it like this? So I put the blue with her, and then I'll put the turquoise with her. And then I can put the, when I put the turquoise shoes on there and then the blue shoes, then it all works again, right? Okay, so here I am going to cut the shoes so that I can stick them onto her feet. And so what I'm doing is I'm just cutting the toe piece out. Whoops. There. And I'm cutting out maybe I'm cutting it out. The edge right there of the sandal just doesn't want to cooperate very well. There we go. I use very heavy photo paper for printing the dolls, so they are very sturdy, and that's why I'm struggling a little bit with the cutting of the little pieces. And then I am going to cut the ankle off. So I'm just keeping the strap, and then this can go right onto her feet like that. And then it looks like the shoes are on. Where's my anchor? I just want to get rid of all those white edges now. And put glue. And then I'll stick the shoe right there on her feet. There we go. And I'll do the exact same thing with this one. And I will stick this right there onto her foot. So we have the toes peeking out, the straps are on there, and we've got her done. I'm just going to continue with the shoes so that at least we've got that done, because that's the tedious part every time. Oh. Because you're now dealing with these teeny tiny little pieces. Okay, so that goes onto, and I have cut the feet apart. I am learning that that is the easier way to go to get the shoes to sit nicely. So as the dolls are progressing, I am learning too. And they're just getting better as time goes on. So when I notice that, you know, I can improve on a doll, I am updating and fixing and stuff. I don't know why this shoe doesn't fit properly on here now. The other one does. They're identical. Let's make it work. There we go. Well, it's not perfect. I didn't do that, but that's my fault. That has nothing to do with how any of this is fitting. I'm going to probably have to adjust the waist here just slightly. And that is something like when you're gluing them together, you can adjust all of that. I have this one, and I can put glue all the way behind the bodice. There we go. Stick this on her. I just got it. Oh no, 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 no. I don't want it stuck down yet. The glue is gripping really fast because this is photo paper. So yeah, it grips super fast. So if I don't have it in place yet, then... Okay, got it. I think. Nope. Well, I think I got that on really, really crooked, and I'm going to hide that with a little ink. Just there in the waist. There we go. There is my ladies going shopping. My dolls are going shopping. So I am very happy with what I accomplished today. I've got the ladies that brunch in here, and the brunch table is completely set up. Then I've got this as journal space or as a pocket, and right here I have a belly band, or it's supposed to be a belly band, but I managed to glue it shut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very, very carefully cut through here. I'm being very cautious so that it is now a belly band again. I'm just giving it a quick ink here. Right there. So you can still use it as a belly band. Like that. But when you close it together, then it is still a table. There we go. But yeah, you can put stuff in there just like that. There we go. I really love these. And where are my other ones? And these are going to be fantastic. Okay, let's see. So there we go. We have a full shopping spree, and they're looking ready to go. They don't have their bags yet, so they'll have to grab those, and they'll be part of next week's accessories. These two are free. They're in my coffee shop. Go get them. And then these are no longer free, but they come with all these accessories and the background. And I think there is something to be said for all the little items that are coming with it. I hope you enjoy these dolls that are going shopping, and the link for them is right there in the coffee shop, right up there. And so these will be free until next Friday. That will be June 5th. And these are now no longer free, and they're in my coffee shop along with all the accessories, the table, the chair, the lemonade, the lemons, the cake stand, everything. So yeah, go get her. Go get the accessories, because I want to see what you're making. I have created a group on Facebook. It is called Mary Lou's Creative Circle. Find me, join, come and join in the fun. I am putting prompts out to work with, and I want to see what you're making with the paper dolls. Show me what you're making. I am so curious. So join the group, join the fun, and let's make it a full paper doll community. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again maybe tomorrow. I may have a bonus video tomorrow, so come and check it out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you again. Bye.